Now, here's Wendy.
Gorgeous co-host. Yes. They've come from far and wide. I'm doing okay today. Listen, Chris Brown has made a shocking confession regarding his change and jail time. And you won't believe what Kanye gave Kim for their wedding. I happen to like it, but my staff was judging. And then Tori Spelling made a shocking confession last night. Let's talk about it and more. It's time for Hot Topics. If there's one place I would love to be tonight is in the Bronx to see Jennifer Lopez free concert. I am telling you, the tri-state area, that would be Connecticut, New York, and New Jersey, is on fire. It's gonna be out at Orchard Beach. She's gonna be doing Waiting for Tonight and all of our favorites, and it's free. It's gonna be good. It's gonna be good. This is all to promote her new album, which is coming out on June 17th, and then she's coming here at some particular point in the next several weeks. So stay tuned for the deets. Yeah. Okay, last night, TV was so good. Let's just start with the Tori and Dean drama. Did anybody see last night? Anybody? Clap if you saw. Okay, 8 people. I'll fill you in. Look. You missed it, because last night, like, the season is over regarding that stupid reality show that they had, but they sat down in a one-night-only thing called True Tori Reunion. I know, 2 people, it's a reunion. Tori's defending the decision she made to make her kids a part of the show, which many of us who've seen the show said, why are the kids a part of this? Well, here's what she said.
A lot of people say, Tori, maybe you should not have included the kids in a series that is so raw, so difficult, so revealing. What do you think? How do you respond to that?
My answer to that is I want them to watch this show when they're adults. I want to be able to be honest with them, and I hope to show them this and talk about it and say, we made it through, though. And this is to show that none of this was right, but it happened, and we stayed together as a family, and we made it through our struggle, and we came out on the other side.
Tori has lost her mind. And apparently she wants to perpetuate mind loss by pushing it off on her kids. No, really, no, really. I mean, for those of you who hadn't seen the show where she and Dean are trying to get their marriage together, you know, he's a cheat, and she cries, and she has no backbone, and he cries, and he has suicidal tendencies. We saw in therapy. I mean, mom and dad are a hot mess, and this is the kind of thing that, okay, it's on the internet, so the kids will be able to surf the internet and see. It's like my autobiography. Okay, I wrote a book about my life. It's called Wendy's Got the Heat. It came out in 2003 or something. It was a New York Times bestseller. But but in it, you know, I talked about the highs and the lows, and the lows, and some of the misery that has, you know, brought me to a place of happy right now. And my son, 13, still asks me, you know, at least once a month, Mommy, when can I read your book? I'm like, no, you can't. No, and don't bother reading it. Now, he can go on the internet and find out anything. Plus, we have open dialogue in our house. Everything in that book he knows about. He just does not need to see how I wrote it down. You know what I mean? He doesn't need to see how I wrote it down, so it's off limits. But Tori and Dean are out of their minds, and the kids are going to be on somebody's psychiatric couch for a very long time when they get older. Tori, you're a mess. But I love that she sat down for 1 hour with Brooke Anderson, that was Brooke that you saw, and she answered all the questions that we had in our heads regarding that series of shows that she and Dean did. So the next thing she said was, you know, she's finally ready to ask Dean if he cheated multiple times or just with that one woman who's got the perfect name for a cheater. What's her name again? Emily Goodhand. That's like a porn name. Anyway, so she wanted to find out whether he just cheated with Miss Goodhand or whether he cheated with several people. But, all right, then she chickened out. Just watch this and we'll continue talking.
I've been thinking about the question that we talked about earlier about asking him if he's been with other women.
Yeah.
I just don't feel it's right to ambush him. And I feel like...
You're not comfortable.
I'm not comfortable
Okay.
asking that one question.
I admire that you want to do that privately.
And I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna do it in my own time. I don't want people to think that I've lost my voice and I'm not gonna
Right, of course.
stand up for myself. I wanna ask that. I just feel like right now is not the right time to do it.
Why not, Tori? Don't clap for her. I mean, you can do what you want, but don't clap for her. She shared everything with us. And right up until the question that we want to see be revealed, at 54 minutes into the show, we had 6 minutes left before 9 o'clock. And then there she is chickening out and didn't I want you to ask in front of all of us, Tori. Which, by the way, the show actually aired last night at 8 o'clock, but then it repeated at 10 o'clock. I saw it in my TV queue, so I didn't watch it until 10 because at 8 o'clock I was busy with a brand new reality show on the CW. Well, clap if you watched Famous in 12. You know what? That's okay, girl. I was there. Listen, I don't know how much longer I'm gonna watch the show, but I can tell you this. It's about Famous in 12, as in famous in 12 weeks. Here's the family. They're a black family from a small town. And the show centers around all of them. Here's mom with the lace shirt. She writes romance novels in her closet, literally in her closet. And there's stepdad right next to mom, and he's a DJ. And then the show centers around this brown-skinned girl right here, her sister right here next to her, and the one over there in the stripes. Okay, these 3 girls want to be famous in 12 weeks by any means necessary. If you know what I mean. And I think you do. But listen, it's produced by Harvey Levin, you know, TMZ. And that was the first episode. And in episode 1, one of the daughters tried to get famous the old-fashioned way. A sex tape. And she went to the sex tape king to ask him about it. Just watch this and then we'll continue talking.
I wanted to know how important was that sex tape to your career?
But what do you want to do? You want to have sex on camera?
Should I? Should I want to have sex on camera?
Now, if you're good at sex and you want to exploit that and you want to make that a business, then to each its own. So then I might even watch it. You could be famous in 2 weeks like that.
Right.
1 week, 3 days. Now, I just met y'all, and everybody got a freaky side. I love freaky side.
Now. The show is 1 hour. It comes on at 8 o'clock. For those of us who retire early, you know, it's perfect for us. This show is showing what a huge influence the desperateness for being famous is in our culture. It's sick, but yet I can't stop watching. Mom wants to be like the next Kris Kardashian. The entire family is down with the get down, and these girls, they want to be famous at all costs. But this is what some people, okay, a lot of people in our society want to be famous at all costs. A lot of people. And this show, to me, has more of a ratchet impact on our society than any of the Love and Hip Hop franchises. let me tell you something. And more of an interesting twist than any of the Housewives franchises. I mean, this show right here is really, really a mirrored picture of what's going on in our society. It's disgusting, but I can't stop. You know? Anyway, it comes on at the same time as America's Got Talent at 8 o'clock. So that's probably what you were watching? Now see, well, let me tell you something. I like America's Got Talent also, but I don't need to see any more clowns and jugglers and people on a unicycle when I could be watching this mess right here. That's all. So Chris Brown says he's a changed man. Dear Lord, please let it be true. I know we've heard this song before, but listen. Chris reportedly plans to stay away from drugs and drop his bad friends who are bad influences on him. This is what we've been suggesting to him all along in our minds, right? Reportedly, jail has taught him also how to respect women, specifically his mother, Joyce. You remember when he was trying to get help in rehab, Joyce was there for like family rehabbing, you know, they invite the family in, and Chris got so pissed at her that he went outside and threw a boulder in her windshield. So yes, I mean, you know, boys who have respect for their moms don't act out the way he did, beating down Rihanna and stuff like that, just so in general. But Joyce had a difficult time as a single mom and going in and out of relationships when she was raising him. So maybe they both need therapy, but I hope that this is true. I hope that this is not just damage control so that the court system thinks you're a good boy because you have a trial coming up in September. Uh-huh. Look, he's out of jail for whatever he was in jail for, I forget. But I do know that he got into a scuttlebutt out on the sidewalk in front of his tour bus in DC, and somebody was punched in the face, a guy, and he's got to go to court for that in September. Which means maybe he's saying things to impress us and impress the court system. But I've been saying all along, we won't know how jail and how Chris has been affected by all the wrong he's done until January 1st. I'll tell you why. The Christmas season, it's a lot of parties. A lot of cocktails, a lot of weed smoking, a lot of pill popping. And then, of course, New Year's Eve is the biggest party night of the year. So by January 1st, if he's up to no good, we'll see it on TMZ. Or something. I'm rooting for him. I am rooting for him. Okay, so let's talk about Kanye West's wedding gift to Kim. To Kim. Okay. Well, reportedly, he commissioned a painting from a graffiti artist named Bambi. It's Kim in a thong with Louboutins, and the title of the painting is My Queen Kim, Perfect Bitch. Now see, clap if you find this totally distasteful and ugly. Well, then we agree to disagree. I'm gonna tell you why. It's not like these are normal people who live in Secaucus, New Jersey in a home with a 2-car garage. Do you understand? These are wealthy people where every day is Christmas. Every day there could be a new Porsche or a new diamond or a new, expensive tchotchke. This right here is special. While it doesn't look like her at all, it's the graffiti artist version, exactly, an artistic interpretation, and I love the title of it. My Queen Kim, Perfect Bitch. I love it. I love it. All right, only clap if you're with one woman up there. Thank you, Baldy. Thank you. Uh-huh. I like your guts. My people. I love that. Love it. So married life does seem to agree with Kanye, because guess what he was spotted having? His best accessory, which is a smile. Take a look. And if I'm I'm not mistaken, he just finished doing, how you doing? And he's wearing a wedding ring. Good for him. Smile more often. It suits you, Kanye. So, Demi Moore and Bruce Willis's daughter, Scout. Now, Rumor is the oldest one. That's the one who had on that, seedy outfit where the pink panties were showing the other week. I was showing you on Hot Topics. Well, Scout apparently wants her own identity as well. Now, she's the second to oldest. She's staging a protest. Now, mind you, Scout went to Brown University, Ivy League. You would think that, a protest would be something like bring our girls home or find the plane in Malaysia or something like that. Instead, what's she doing at 22 years old with her Brown education? She's outraged that Instagram has a strict no nudity policy. She hit the streets of New York with her boobs out, full display. Now, first, let me just remind you, toplessness is legal in New York. I told you, yes, you could rip your bra off and your shirt and walk right outside the Wendy door and no one will arrest you. No one will arrest you. And not only did she walk down the street in protest, by the way, on her Twitter, the hashtag was free the nipple. Although when they're little like that, they're not quite as offensive to the sidewalk. Do you know what I mean? By the way, Suzanne, I love your pants.
Oh, thank you.
Where are you going? The disco?
The disco.
Then Scout goes inside to go grocery shopping with the rest of us. But look at Scout. If I were Bruce Willis, I would break her neck, crack her skull, and throw her down the steps. Number one. Then I would call their mother, Demi. Now, moms can't control everything, but we could at least plant a seed of decency. And if Demi wasn't so busy chasing around young men and being a little cuckoo, ticky, ticky, boom, boom, and trying to be like a daughter instead of be like a mom, maybe she'd have more control over at least, oh hell, you can't control these kids, but you have to blame somebody. They always blame the mom, so I'm sorry, Demi, I blame you. It's so not fair that they blame us for every damn thing, I gotta tell you. So this Mariah Carey. So, well, I love her too. She has a new album out. The Mariah fans say that it's the best album ever. However, nobody's buying it. And now you could say, well, Wendy, that's because people don't buy music. Well, people bought Coldplay's album. Yes. When Jennifer's album comes out on June 17th, people will buy that. And then, my lambs, that's what Mariah's super fans are. I have a few lambs on my staff. Ugh. In the meantime, the lambs here at Wendy say, well, Mariah's not doing a whole lot of promotion for this album, Wendy. That's why it's not doing well. And I say any excuse is better than none. But in the meantime, she's doing her own promotion. Yesterday, I showed you with Mariah on the subway. Okay. By the way, she only did 2 stops and then she got off. She got off and took a car. So that was for you to promote the album. And now she's in the playground with her kids in an evening gown. There she is. Now, I must say that this is not odd for Mariah because she's a very, very extra type of woman. She even hung out with the other moms. Look. Now, what I can't figure out, by the way, isn't it funny how some baby toys never go away? I had this when I was a kid. Did you have this too? Apparently, they're still making them. Okay, aside from the gown and album and everything, what's with the glove, Mariah? Like, you wear the glove on a regular basis. Now, she fell off the stage and broke her shoulder Sorry, I don't mean to laugh. That's my worst fear, to fall. You know what I mean? She fell off the stage and broke her shoulder, but that was like 6 or 8 months ago. Remember, she was wearing the cast to match every outfit. And it was her right hand, or her right shoulder. But I can't figure out, now that the cast is off, what's going on all down here? What is all doing? You know? All I can say is that maybe she didn't heal as good. You know, after 40 years old, you need to stop doing things that you normally wouldn't do. I have to tell you, you know, turning 50 in July, people are like, Wendy, don't you want to skydive or jump out of a plane, learn to snowboard or surf? I'm like, no, ma'am. I want to keep both feet on the ground because at this age, when it breaks, it's broken forever.